Yo, so this video is somewhat of a request. One of my subscribers on here last week, I believe, had commented that he wanted some assistance with setting up his recording situation so he could record his songs and put them up on DistroKid and monetize and all that. So I'm gonna see if I can be of some assistance with that. Shout out to 5 a.m. grinding, man. I definitely fuck with that name. I'll be up at 5 a.m. grinding. It's about almost 7 a.m. right now. I got off work a couple hours ago. So let's see if we can, you know what I mean, put you in the right direction. And anybody else that might need, you know what I mean, a point in the right direction as far as like, setting yourself up to record at home and or wherever you're going to record at. And, getting some songs done and, you know what I mean, getting them up on all the platforms so you can, start, you know what I mean, getting them heard and monetizing and all that good shit, yo. So, if you start from scratch, man, it's different ways to record now. A lot of, a lot more technology and shit than, what I had in my hands, when I first started 20 something years ago. But, if we going off of, what I'll recommend just through my experiences, I would say get a laptop, you know what I mean? Because you'll have enough power and enough memory and all that, but at the same time, it's something that's portable. So, as far as the type of laptop, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say that's preference based. Like, I know some people like MacBooks and all that Apple shit. I use HP laptops and shit. So, you know what I mean? I really wouldn't even know, you know what I mean? A lot of this shit, is just, preference based, that you gonna need, yo. Like, so I guess it would just depend on your budget or what type of brands you may prefer, or, what type of specs you looking for and shit. So, yeah, you know what I mean? The laptop is definitely, like the way to go. Like, I know you can even record on phones now and shit, but I don't know nothing about that. Anything that you would be possibly interested in that you hear about, like there's a YouTube video for it. I'm just, what I mean, giving you my experience and all that and what I've done that has been relatively easy for me for a long time. So, the laptop, you need some type of recording software is what I call it, but they call them DAWs. I guess that's another term for, I believe that's acronym for digital audio workstation. I guess an example of that would be Pro Tools or I don't even know the name of any other recording softwares that people use now, because I've been using the same one for a real long time that ain't even really available to the general public no more because it's been discontinued for a long time. Cool Edit Pro, which is something that a lot of, older artists know about, they came up using it in like, the 2000s and shit like that. I've always had that program, so that's what I've been rocking with. It gets the job done, and if I need anything past what that program is capable of, I would just send it off to somebody else that's capable of doing more, which is what I would recommend any artist to do in any case, if you want, your music to have more than what you're able to apply to it. So, the laptop, the recording software, obviously a microphone, and it's different options with mics now. You can get a condenser microphone with, and then you would need a preamp, an interface, different terms for that, but basically just a box that you would run the microphone through the box. I believe that's called an MXL cord or XLR. Don't get me lying, bro. I'm not really familiar with the terms. I just know, what I mean, when I see something, that's what I need for real. I believe it's an XLR cable, but it's for a condenser mic, yo. So it will have that input for that, and then you just plug it through the USB into your computer. I don't even do that no more. The last interface that I got, which was a Focusrite Scarlett, it was giving me latency issues. Um, it was like my it was delayed when I was recording, and I was like, let me see if they got anything to go USB to just straight USB mic to USB, no interface involved. And I found something on Amazon. It's more like a podcasting mic, but it had different mic settings on it, and it was $80. So I grabbed it, and that's what I've been recording all my music with for the past, I'll say 3 years or so. So I'm gonna upgrade my mic pretty soon. I like Shure mics, and I see that Shure mics got, what I mean, they got a lot of good varieties out now. So with microphones, that's definitely a preference thing. You know what I mean? It's just all about what you want, what you can afford, what just appeals to you overall. So laptop, DAW, recording software, microphone. Interface is optional, depending on what type of microphone you want. You can go condenser, you can go straight to USB. You want to get you some good headphones to record with. Having good sound. I know I look tired as shit, man. I've been working all night, so excuse my eyes being on super low. But yeah, so the headphones, you want to have something that sounds good, but you also want to have something that's comfortable too, because that's you're gonna be wearing them for a good period of time. So I would definitely try to aim for comfort, and just with anything that you would be shopping for, looking at reviews is always recommended. Um, reading reviews and watching reviews on YouTube about certain products and shit. That helps. That's how I pick my studio monitors that I got, which is another thing, you can eventually add, to your studio. It ain't nothing that you necessarily would need right off the rip. Just standard speakers would do well. But the headphones, if you get the right ones, they'll give you good enough playback to where you can do what you got to do with the mix down and all that. So the headphones, I would say probably after the microphone. And shit, like I said, speaker studio monitors would possibly be after that. I'm trying to think. I would say you definitely want to have a good amount of memory, so I would just get an external hard drive, just to have that on deck. And then there's just other little accessories that you can get that's optional. I would just build it up. You know what I mean? Like as much as you can, as often as you can. Ain't nothing you necessarily got for us. As long as you got the essentials that I pretty much named already, like everything else, you can kind of just, go along with. I wish I had my setup around me where I would, show you in this video, but maybe I'll come back, spin back and do another video. But just getting all these things and doing your research about, what's good, especially for, the beginning process. Like I said, there's so much shit that's available now that wasn't around when, I started doing this. So I'm still kind of old school and stuck on what I'm stuck on. But, there's just so many options available now, man. And then once you do that, you start recording your music, you get comfortable with putting it on social media and, shit like that. And start ready to shooting it to the platform. You can go sign up with DistroKid or a United Masters or a TuneCore. DistroKid been doing pretty good by me. I don't have no complaints. Some people do, some people don't. It all, is a preference thing, man. There's a lot of what this music shit is, man. It's trial and error. You try shit, you take a chance, sometimes it do you well, sometimes it don't, but You know, you live and you learn, yo. But some of this shit, you know what I mean, I could probably break down in further detail, but if my mans that I, you know, made this video for or anybody else, you know, got any questions, you know what I mean, you can leave them in the comment section. I'll address shit. Like I said, my bad for looking crazy on here. I'm a little tired and shit. Just went back to work, started the week. But yeah, man, I hope this shit is helpful, man. And, you know, holla at me, man. I don't mind answering any questions about anything that's regarding music and, you know what I mean, just trying to come up in this shit, yo. Rich.